You've come back to Bellewood. The lanterns are lit, and the fire's glow spills across the tavern floor. Sit closer now. Let the hearth tell you a story.
There you are. I was hoping you'd come back. There's something about a fire, isn't there? The way it draws us close and slows the hours. Even the wind outside quiets down when it sees a hearth alight. You found your way to Bellewood again, and that's no small thing. People say it's just a village, tucked between the sea and the ridge, with nothing but old roads and older stories. But they're wrong. Bellewood isn't a place you find on a map. It's a place that finds you. It appears when you need it most, though you may not know why at first. Perhaps your heart's grown a little too quiet. Perhaps something once tender has gone threadbare. Or perhaps you're just longing for something true, something that lingers. Here, time moves differently. We mend things with our hands. We listen when others speak. And when the fire glows just right and the night settles close, stories come, not loud ones, not perfect ones, but stories where two souls find each other and something in the world shifts. Because Bellewood has always been a place of healing, not just from sickness, but from silence, from sorrow, from forgetting how it feels to be looked at as though you matter. Now, some say Bellewood is magic. Others say it's haunted. I say it remembers. And tonight, it remembers a love that unfolded like the last bloom of fall. Quiet, bright, and entirely unexpected. So settle in. The hearth is warm. Your tea's still steeping. And I have a tale to tell you. There's a story in Bellewood of a maid who dreamed each night of a man leaving her white feathers, only to wake and find one lying on her pillow. Some say it was a love that reached her from beyond the veil. Others believe it was a promise, kept long after the world thought it broken. But whatever the truth, it's a tale best told by the fire, where dreams and waking seem not so far apart. The Bellewood Inn was quiet that winter. The halls lined with shuttered windows and the faint scent of tallow. Lydia Wren, a young chambermaid, often found herself alone in the upper rooms, plumping pillows and sweeping hearths long after the guests had gone to sleep. On one such night, she fell into her narrow bed, exhausted, and dreamed of a man. Tall, broad-shouldered, his hair soft as down, his eyes dark as lantern glass. He placed a single white feather on her pillow, brushed her cheek with his fingertips, and whispered, "For when you wake." Lydia's eyes fluttered open, and there it was, a feather. Each night, the dreams deepened. She saw his hands, rough from work but gentle, holding birds that fluttered and flew. She saw his smile, wistful and warm. "Why do you leave me feathers?" she asked one night in the dream. "So you'll know I was here," he murmured. The next morning, another feather lay on her pillow. White, downy, soft against her cheek. One evening, a storm drove a traveler into the inn. Jonas Hale, a cooper returning to Bellewood after years away at sea. His voice was low, his eyes quiet as he spoke to the innkeeper. "Do you have a room upstairs, the one at the end of the hall?" "It's empty," the innkeeper replied. "Has been for years." Lydia watched them from the shadows. A strange chill passed over her as Jonas turned his head and met her gaze. "Have we met before?" he asked softly. Over the next days, Lydia and Jonas crossed paths often. In the corridor, by the hearth, on the narrow stairwell lit with flickering lanterns. "You're always here," she said one night, her voice barely above a whisper. "And yet I feel I'm only passing through," he replied. That night, Lydia dreamed again. "Why do you leave me feathers?" she asked the man in her dream. This time he cupped her face in his hands. "Because I can't leave you more than that. Not yet." On the 7th morning, Lydia woke to find no feather on her pillow. Her chest tightened, the silence heavy around her. But when she opened her eyes fully, Jonas stood in the doorway. "It was you," she breathed. "It's always been me," he said softly. He stepped forward, placing something small and weightless in her palm. A feather. "No more dreams," he whispered, "if you'll let me stay." They say the feathers stopped appearing after that winter, but sometimes, if you stay at the Bellewood Inn and sleep with the window cracked just so, you might feel something light brush your cheek in the night. And if you wake to find a feather on your pillow, perhaps it's just the wind. Or perhaps it's a promise kept. And that, dear one, is how it went. Or how it might have gone. Bellewood keeps its truths tucked close, but if you sit still long enough, the stories rise like smoke from the coals. What happened after? Well, that depends who you ask. Some say they stayed together till their hands went wrinkled and their words grew fewer but sweeter. Some say it was only a season, a flicker of the heart meant to guide them both towards something deeper. And some say they still walk the lantern trail on quiet nights, though no one sees them. But what I know is this. Love, when it finds us, whether for a lifetime or a moment, changes the shape of things. It carves out a new room in the heart, even if the door must close later. And when you've been loved, truly, even once, you carry its warmth with you like embers in your pocket. So leave your lantern burning. Keep a space beside the fire, because in Bellewood the story never really ends. It just waits for the next heart ready to hear it. Until next time, stay warm.